What's up, YouTube? Devin Midrow here, coming at you again with video 35. Yeah, video 35, high confidence. And you know what? Oh, now I realize I already have it pointed at me. Well, it was kind of neat. I could actually flip the camera when I don't have it recording, and it shows like I have it centered right in, right down the middle of the where I have this camera mounted, right? And when you flip it, it actually shows the road. You know what I mean? You can see the hood, I see the hood and stuff, but it shows the road, and it's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool, especially when you're on the freeway and you're just like going. It's kind of neat to see that view. And so yeah, I was hoping I could flip the camera, but I realized I cannot do that while I'm recording. I can actually take snapshots or screenshot pictures, but I'm not going to do that right now. So. Yeah, here we are. It's Thursday. It's Thursday today, and rounding out the week. Yep. So another pristine day right now. It's actually kind of warm, surprisingly. It's 77 degrees. So many people are like 77 degrees. It's warm. This guy is out of his mind. I mean, that's a really comfortable temperature, if I'm not mistaken, right? 77 degrees. 77 degrees, I mean, you could probably see just from the camera angle, the sun is it is out, man. Another just pristine day. And I just, I can't help but question all the people in the world that don't want to live in a place like this. I mean, it's expensive, right? It's expensive. Okay, I get that. But it's like, man, I just, you gotta embrace the beautiful things about life. You really do. You really gotta appreciate it, because you don't know what tomorrow promises, right? You don't know what could happen. I'm reading this Audible book right now. I don't know if I touched on this yet. May or may not have done it, but it's a audio book by, hopefully I say his name correctly, Peter Attia. I believe it's Peter Attia. Really good friend of Tim Ferriss, and he wrote this book. I don't even know if I can change the camera settings. It's something to do with longevity and health, and so far it's a long read. It's I believe it's like 17 hours, right, of listening to it. You know what I mean? It's a pretty lengthy book, right? And a lot of it's medical. I mean, I think it's a balance between, you got the medical terminology and then simplifying it for, us to understand it, as opposed to doctors speaking amongst doctors, right? So I understand the majority of what's being said, because I've really tuned into a lot of health stuff, because even though I'm not in the medical profession, medical field or profession, I guess you could say, I value health, right? I value how I feel on a daily basis. Like, I really, really care about that, because it really can determine your whole life, for that matter, right? It can really determine the outcome of your whole life. Like, think about it. If you wake up and you're sick, let's just go, everybody gets sick, more or less, right? Everybody's gotten sick in their life. And that's kind of an interesting twist, right? When people say, what's the guarantees of life? Death and taxes. But it's like, I think another guarantee is getting sick. Everybody's going to get sick in life, right? I don't know one person that hasn't gotten sick yet, in their lifetime, right? If you know anybody, let me know. With that said, because of that factor, when you're sick and you don't even go to work. I mean, some people tough it out, go to work, right? A lot of times you're like, yeah, I'm calling in sick. I'm not doing nothing. So I've been sick to a point occasionally throughout my life, a few times, where I've been bedridden. I've been so sick that I'd be in bed all day. Like, I wouldn't even leave. I get up, go to use the bathroom, and I go back and I just lay down the whole day. I felt terrible. My operating system was in shambles, right? And in that moment, I would imagine anybody else watching this, right? I know for me personally, speaking from my personal experience, all I could think about was how I wish I was just feeling better. That's pretty much, my whole entire mind was completely engulfed with the thoughts of, man, I wish I felt better, so I can go and do things. What kind of thing? Anything. I didn't care. As long as I could live life the way I normally live life, the way we're accustomed to live it. I was like, I want to just be able to eat. I didn't eat. That's all I did was drink some water when I would wake up, and that was it, and use the bathroom, right? And then I would, I'd bathe, right, once a day. I'd take a shower, and even that was just like, that was hard enough in itself. And I think about that, and that's why I put so much effort and energy towards health, because understanding health, even though, like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not doing these clinical trials, and I'm not doing all these tests, but there's a ton of doctors and people in the medical profession who are, right? So why not leverage their passion and their knowledge and expertise and just study that in books, right? Or, peer-reviewed articles or any other, good sources of information. And so that's my focus. And I value that greatly, because when your health is in really bad shape, it could be tough. It could be really tough to deal with that, because it really puts your life on hold. Even if somebody else in the family is in bad health, everybody, kind of similar to a convoy, right? The speed of the leader is speed of the pack, right? So if you got somebody in the family, especially somebody in a position like a grandfather or a grandmother, right? Somebody who is a leader, right? Somebody who the family respects and looks up to for their wisdom and knowledge and all that good stuff, and they're in bad health, it could really damper, the family, right? Even in a modern, what they call a modern family, with, mother, father, right? Or, partner in this day and age, whatever that may look like. If somebody who's a leader, right, in the family is in bad shape, right? The kids feel it, right? The kids are gonna see that and go, oh, mommy, daddy's sick, right? And it's gonna have a trickle down effect. So really the big thing is that I wanna project in this, because I want to keep the video shorter. The takeaway is, don't take life for granted, and always question life as well. I'm saying appreciate what you have, but always be hungry for more, right? So I think a good saying I've heard is, be humble but hungry, right? That's basically a summarized version of appreciate what you have. Be humble for the things you do have, but be hungry for more in life too. Don't just get stagnated. There's a difference between appreciating the things you got and just accepting life for what it is with those things you got, right? You can appreciate what you got, but always desire for more, right? Always drive yourself to get more out of life, because as you age and as your health declines, and it may not decline tomorrow, it may not decline a month from now, but everybody, to my knowledge, in this day and age is going to age. In this day and age is going to age. That's a good one, right? A lot of aging going on in this. They're going to age, and things are going to start to slow down, right? Unless science comes out with some major breakthrough, which I don't foresee happening within the next decade. That's going to happen, right? So if we know that's going to happen, we know it's going to happen, then really appreciate the things you have right now in life, and make sure you focus in on those things. Don't just let life become mundane and just kind of go through the motions. Don't go through the motions in life, right? Really try to aspire for greatness. Do something that's going to push yourself out of your comfort zone, that's going to push you to be a better version of yourself than you were the day before, right? That's so critical, because there's going to be a time in your life when you're not going to be able to do as much as you can right now, and whatever part of your life you're in, you're going to be limited, right? There's limiting factors that happen in life by natural law. Aging, right, is a natural law. It's going to happen, right? Everything ages. If you look around you, look at all the insects and the other animals, right? They're all aging. Even metal, even the actual atoms and all this other stuff. I might be going out of my scope of what I understand, but if you look at metal, it rusts, right? It rusts and it deteriorates and it goes back onto the earth, and then the earth basically repurposes it and it turns it into the material again, and it, how that works, right? Like diamonds and all this other stuff that we find and we mine from the earth. That's just the way life works, right? Mushrooms are a great example of this. If you look at mushrooms, basically are kind of like the almost like that, in Avatar, how they had, God, I can't even remember the name of the tree, right? That great tree, Awa, right? And Awa is, you know, it's like, it's everything, right? It's like everything that you see, it's the energy that flows into the world, right? Mushrooms basically represent that because they're kind of like the beginning and the end, and it's just a circulatory or circulating effect, right? It just, you know, the circle of life essentially builds off of that. If you're still watching right now, you're like, geez, what is this guy talking about? Probably, right? My mind's just racing. So, you know, again, the takeaway is be humble but hungry, right? That's really what I want to express. Appreciate what you have, but always drive for wanting more too. Don't accept life for what it is. Make life what you want it to be. And I will close out with that. Until next time, I'll catch you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Aloha.